Holy smokes. So if having a virus that shuts down almost the entire city and the state and the nation and the globe is not enough, well, we've got the benefit here in Utah of having an earthquake on top of all of that to help shut down the city. Yes, that's true. We had a 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit here in Salt Lake City earlier today. It hit north of Magna, which is out in the northwest quadrant of Salt Lake City, and there's been aftershocks coming throughout the day. I mean, I live in Sandy, and I felt it all the way out here. So this is a pretty big deal. I think it's kind of a wake-up call for that huge earthquake that they keep saying we're gonna have here in Utah. I don't know what they're expecting for that one, but I think it's gonna be somewhere, around a magnitude 7 or 8, which could cause some significant damage. This one being 5.7, there were reports of buildings being damaged. There was reports of things falling off of shelves, products at store falling off of shelves, and just kind of general, disruption in that manner. So like I said, I'm in Sandy. We definitely felt it out here, but we did not, fortunately, sustain any damage from the earthquake. But man, this is kind of a crazy time. There's a lot of stuff going on. This whole virus outbreak basically shutting down the world for a while now. The stock market's crashing. There's a lot going on. And I just wanted to check in with you guys, kind of give you my thoughts on the current situation of what's going on, and also kind of give you some insight into how I think this is going to affect real estate here in Salt Lake City and along the Wasatch Front. And guys, by no means am I an expert here in this field. I'm just giving you some perspective on my thoughts about how I'm going to move forward, what I'm looking at, and how I'm assessing the situation that we're currently in with the virus outbreak, the stock market crashing, this earthquake that just happened. I'm just giving you some perspective on what my thoughts are and how I plan to proceed given everything that's going on. The first thing that I want to talk about is kind of what's happening, right? The stock market is crashing. The world is being shut down for a couple weeks on end. The federal government's trying to step in and save, the pending recession that they're thinking is going to come from all of this. And they're basically trying to figure out what we can do to try and prevent us from going into a recession here in the next couple of months. I think it's one of those unfortunate things that it's a black swan event, as everybody keeps saying, because it's not like there's any one industry that's kind of causing this market collapse. It's not like it's the banking industry or it's the mortgages or it's the .com bubble again or it's anything like that. This is an illness or a virus outbreak that's kind of causing everything to shut down to try and prevent the spread that's going on and prevent it from spreading into something that's much bigger that's going to affect us. My worry with that is, how long can you actually shut down the economy, shut down people's jobs, shut down people's paychecks, and still come out of it on the other side doing okay? You can really only do that for so long before people really start to suffer. I mean, I'm really worried about how many people aren't going to be able to make their mortgage payments or pay their rent or pay for utilities or food or just get by on a day-to-day basis without having paychecks. A lot of the country lives on a paycheck to paycheck basis, and so there's a lot of people, I think it's probably about half of Americans are in this situation where they really can't get, their bills paid without going into debt from one paycheck to the next. So I'm just kind of worried about what's going to happen with the virus, and then also what's going to happen here economically. There's going to be a lot of mom and pop shops that are affected. Everybody in the travel industry has already been affected with, airlines getting shut down, hotels shutting down, Airbnbs shutting down. There's so many industries that are being affected by this. And so it's really just kind of interesting to see where this is going to go and see how we come out of it. So I want to talk a little bit about how this relates to real estate here in Salt Lake City and some things that you need to know. The real estate market isn't going to see much of a hit for at least a couple of months. I think people are trying to figure out what to do, whether they should still buy, whether they should still sell. Everybody's kind of figuring out what to do and how to move forward in this situation. So I think that real estate in particular here along the Wasatch Front is going to be, fairly safe for at least the next couple of months. And then at that point, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a lot of people who put their home on the market, either because they can't pay their mortgage or just because it's the springtime and there's going to be a spring rush and there's not going to be as many buyers in the market because of lost jobs or just because of the uncertainty that's going on in the world. So I think that there's a couple of different ways to look at this. If you're already planning to buy or sell, I would continue forward with that plan, because I think it's going to probably serve you the best. This virus is obviously causing major changes in our world today, but you still have to remember that, you've got your own life and you got to do what you got to do. If you need to move here, if you need to move out of state, or if you need to buy or sell or do whatever that is, I would say if you're already in the process of kind of doing that, it's probably still wise to do that. be prepared for the market to kind of dip a little bit, right? Where I said that if there's going to be more homes on the market and less buyers, that could mean that prices actually get pushed down a little bit until the market rebounds. I think that once the market rebounds, once this virus thing is over and we're kind of back to our normal days, there's actually going to be a lot of positive signs. You know, all the industries in the world are doing fairly good. You know, of course, there's always concerns, but I feel that once this is over, we're going to rebound fairly quickly. I don't know when that will be. Could be a couple months, could be a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know. But I do think that it's going to come back strong after this is over, so long as there's not another major event that disrupts everything. So that being said, I think there's a couple benefits. If you're looking to sell your home, I think that probably doing it sooner than later is the better move, just because if we do see more homes come onto the market and less buyers in the market, that could push prices down and you could get less for your home than you may be expecting. Now, if you're looking to buy, that could be an opportunity for you to do that. Maybe prices dip a little bit. Hopefully the interest rates stay low and you can get into a home for a smoking deal. So there's going to be pros and cons on either side, no matter how you look at it. It really just comes down to what's in your best interest. I think there's a couple things here locally that you should know as well about real estate in Salt Lake City and even along the Wasatch Front and probably Utah as a whole. And that's that the industry here is so strong. Our state is very pro-business, and so there's a lot of businesses moving here. We have a very big tech industry. We have a very big healthcare industry, which are known for having higher paying jobs. And so there's a lot of jobs bringing people into the state, and we already have a shortage in housing. So because of that shortage, I think that this could be the little bit of correction that we need here in the state. But I don't think that it's going to necessarily force us into this major recession housing-wise, where, you know, prices are just nosediving. People can't sell their houses, there's short sales, there's foreclosures, things like that. I think they will happen, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near what we saw, you know, about 10 years ago or probably 11 or 12 years ago now in 2008. So there's going to be massive differences when it comes to that stuff. Like I said, there's going to be pros and cons no matter how you look at it. If you're looking to buy, you're already in the market, then I'd say probably move ahead with that. If you're looking to buy here in the next couple months, then you might be able to squeeze in and get a better deal on the home that you're looking for. So if you guys are thinking about making a move here, as always, get in touch with me. My information's here on the screen. Call me, text me, email me, just get a hold of me any way you need to. I love it when you guys reach out. I love hearing from you, what, you know, about your plans when you're making a move here to Salt Lake City. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Hopefully the earthquake and this whole coronavirus thing doesn't scare you away. Utah is still a fantastic place to come and live. There's so much to do here. So if you are thinking about making that move, get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you. Also, drop a comment down in the comment section below on your thoughts about this whole scenario, right? The earthquake, the virus, the economy, the stock market, the housing market. What are your thoughts? I want to know. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Click that button and the bell to get notified when I release new videos just like this one. And I'll see you in the next one.